to another edition of Game Music Appreciation Theater, and on this edition it's Batman Returns, brought to us by Konami. Now the first two Batman games that came out on the NES were made by Sunsoft, but when it came time for the second Batman film to be released, they decided to give the license to Konami, a well-established game maker. And they did a pretty good job with the game, even though it was much different than the Sunsoft titles. And once again though, not surprisingly, it has a great soundtrack. This time, though, the soundtrack was composed by Asumami Matsuo and Takashi Tatashi. Now, Tatashi also worked on great titles for the Konami and Squaresoft companies, including the original Suikoden, Final Fantasy VIII, Vagrant Story, Unlimited Saga, and Final Fantasy XII. And now we're going to listen to my 5 favorite songs from Batman Returns, brought to us by Konami, and we're going to start with the song from Level 2. Next up in the soundtrack of Batman Returns is the song from Level 4-2. Next up in this look at the soundtrack of Batman Returns for the NES is the song from Level 5. Next up, in our retrospective of the Batman Returns soundtrack, is the song from Level 4-1. Our final song in the retrospective of the Batman Returns soundtrack for the NES is the song from Level 1. The Batman Returns soundtrack for the NES really has become a forgotten soundtrack, and it's probably because it came out pretty late in the NES era. But I actually do think it was a pretty unique sounding soundtrack, even coming from a great company like Konami. I think it was pretty diverse and has some cool beats that go along with the nice sounding music. Now I'd like to thank you for watching this Game Music Appreciation Theater for Batman Returns on the NES, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.